Hello, it's me again, Nancy, today. Well, I was going to tell you about having energy. People always say to me, wow, you have so much energy, you accomplish so many things. I don't think I do anyway, but I wanted to say that energy is a principle. It is abundant, and it is there for the taking. If you think of it as light, which it really is, and light flows through everything, and energy flows through everything, all the molecules around you are moving. You are not a solid. You are a moving thing. All parts of you are moving. All the electrons in every atom, everything is moving all the time. So you're not a solid. You're energy. In different speeds, I suppose, or configurations. But anyway, that's not the real point I was making. The point I'm making is that having energy, there are things that make the energy flow through you, and there are things that block the energy. Negative stuff blocks the energy. If you start thinking negative things about yourself, I'm no good, I always mess up, no wonder everybody's upset with me, blah, blah, blah. Any negative crap. That's all it is, junk. All that negative stuff, first of all, it's irrelevant and not worth thinking about. And it zaps your energy. I have had days where I am emotionally upset. There's turmoil going on in me, and I can't function. I can't. I'll try and do stuff, and something is flying about. It shuts me down. Really shuts me down, so I can't function if I've got my head full of junk. So now I did on Nancy TA University, I give a challenge to everybody to put an item in a jar every time they had a negative thought. And then see how they were feeling at the end of the day with their negative thoughts. You could see, you could do it by the hour, or by the day, or by the whatever. And you could then check your feelings and see how you're feeling energy-wise, as well as emotionally. You can check all kinds of things. But according to the amount of negative stuff in your head, it will influence your ability to accomplish things. It will diminish your energy. Why? Because negative, okay, now let's change it and turn it into dark and light. Now, if energy is light, which it is, and if you are filled with light and happiness, you have tons of energy, don't you? When you're happy, the world is at your fingertips. But when you're having a dark and miserable day, you don't want to do anything, right? You don't have lots of energy to go clean the house or when you're in a negative place, it's dark, right? The thoughts you're having are dark thoughts. And if light is energy, if energy is light, then the lack of light, darkness, is the lack of energy. And how energetic are you when you're filled with negative thoughts? Now, sometimes we have restless energy where we clean and clean and clean because we're so upset. Creating new ideas, creating things. I don't know how that all fits in about having, when you're angry and you have so much emotion. There is energy in that, isn't there? But Anyway, so people say, how do I have so much energy? How do I accomplish so many things in a day? Okay, well, that's one thing. Is kicking out all the negative thoughts. If you have a negative thought, what's the use? Especially if they're negative thoughts about poor me. Poor me thoughts are just such a waste of time. They don't change anything. They massage your poor ego. Oh, poor me. But it doesn't make you feel better. In fact, you don't want to feel better. If somebody comes and says something uplifting and light to you, you're like, go away. Leave me alone. But there's no future in taking offense, holding a grudge, feeling sorry for yourself, especially holding a grudge, not liking somebody. There's a way to like people. This is the way. You say to yourself, you use their name and you say, oh, that's just so-and-so. You have to be able to just, you can't change other people, so you can't take your husband and turn him around and he's going to be as smart as a woman. It's just not going to happen. It's never going to be able to find the keys. It isn't going to happen. I have no idea why. I don't know. Maybe it's the loss of that rib. That must have made a difference somewhere. Anyway, we won't go there. So you have to accept people. Let go of the grudges and just accept that's just the way he is. He did all this crap. He does all this crap. That's just him. So I will do what I need to do to not have that happening in my presence, because I don't like being around it. But holding a grudge is really, really, really like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Think about that. Drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. That's all it is. So don't hold grudges. It's not worth it. They totally block out the amount of light that you can have in your being. Think of your being as, picture your body filled with light. Now, if you take negative things, sins, and you put them in your body, and they're like black spots. And you can only be completely filled with light with you're rid of all the black spots. You know, you think about God, that He is so perfect light, so filled with goodness and happiness, and He doesn't go around thinking, oh man, I should never have made this earth. Look at what a mess they are. He doesn't think that way. He thinks, how can I help? What can I do? He's all full of light. He's service. 100% service. No poor me. That's probably why we have, in the church, we do visiting teaching and home teaching, because it's practicing giving service. Because that's what God does. He gives service all the time. Okay, so now that we know that when we are filled with light, if you have darkness in you, just repent. Get rid of it. Be sorry for it and let it go. And stop doing it. And then you'll be filled with light. There won't be guilt. There won't be areas of darkness. Hidden shadows. Or we aren't going to talk about that. Ooh. So now, what is the connection between having a lot of energy and accomplishing a lot of stuff and light versus dark? So ideas come when you're filled with light. You don't seem to have amazing inspiration when you're going through a poor me stage. You're not imagining, a wonderful deck on the back of the house, or somehow I'm going to make that happen. Somehow. We don't know how yet. Somehow. An upstairs deck, I mean. So the ideas flow when you're full of light. Now, thinking positive also fills you with light. So I'm first, am I? Oh, those are beautiful flowers. So negative thoughts block the energy. And now where does faith enter into all this? Faith allows the great flow of energy. Faith that you can accomplish it, that it can be done. Thomas Edison had great faith that he could do this. I don't know what his religious thing was, if he believed that that God would help him with a miracle. But in order to accomplish things, you have to have faith that you can do it. Even though all the evidence is against it. Your hips hurt, you have no money, it's a terrible day. I mean, it's a rainy, dreary day. So although all the evidence can be against it, if you have faith, you will be filled with energy. Energy and faith go together. Energy and faith and light. While negative, dark, selfish, that all goes together and it kicks out the energy. Now, think about this in your own life. Remember those times. We all go through times of negativity. It's just part of the yin and yang. It's part of... There is a happy side to everything and there's a miserable side to everything. Seven minutes. It takes 20 minutes to do this part. My choices. We all live with the consequences of our choices, whatever they are. Because time will not stand still for us. Anyway, so if you want to have a lot of energy, that's where you have to start, is with your thoughts. You have to understand the negative about people. You say, that is so-and-so, and just let it go. And about yourself, that's just me, let it go. You have to accept the negative, that's just part of the way it is, and let it go. And then you can be rid of all that negative in accepting that it exists. And then fill yourself with positive thoughts and have faith. And the positive thoughts and the light, if you're not filled with darkness, you're filled with light. And then you will have energy. And you have to believe that you can accomplish things. Okay, I'm going to go on to about